We have been talking about infections. Well, tonight it's a warning about a wave of evictions from the pandemic. Right now, no one can be forced out of their home under the CDC's moratorium, but that ends this year, leaving millions at risk.
Yeah, in Minnesota, though, there will likely be a little bit more time because of the governor's peacetime emergency order. ABC 6 News reporter Miguel Octavio is here with the story. But Miguel, it still may not be enough, right?
Laura and Ross, that's because housing officials say there's not a federal plan to give more aid, and soon Minnesota will no longer have a program to help pay rent. It's the start of the month and rent is due. But more and more Minnesotans can't pay because of the pandemic.
For so many people, they've never been in a situation like this before.
Dave Dunn with Olmsted County Housing says it could get worse once the state's COVID housing program and moratorium ends.
And the question that I think we're all asking ourselves is, what do we do at that point?
A backlog of rent payments is looming, keeping landlords' pockets empty.
We need action from Congress to either extend these programs or to bring in new programs, or I'm afraid we're going to have an awful lot of hurt at some point in the future.
Organizations like Three Rivers Community Action have been busy helping people.
There's more requests now than there has been before.
Dunn says lower income people and of color face the highest risk of eviction. One study finds nearly half of renters in Olmsted County pay at least 30% of their income on rent.
We have more people who are just right on the verge of having that disaster.
Time is running out before the state runs out of resources at the end of the year.
It's really hard that the program is ending at the time of the most need, and especially with all of the restaurants and small businesses that had to be shut down the last couple weeks. I can see it being a huge need after the end of the year.
The trauma that this has on individuals and children is just tremendous. If you're out there and you're struggling, now is the time to ask for help.
The deadline to apply for Minnesota housing assistance is on December 7th. That's on Monday. But Laura and Ross in Iowa, there is no state moratorium. Iowans risk being evicted once the federal moratorium is lifted at the end of the year.